Onwards, we stay in the Middle East, but look towards Gaza, and the UN relief agency, known as the UNRWA, has reported worsening conditions in the Gaza Strip, with staff fainting on duty due to hunger and exhaustion. Juliet Tuma, UNRWA's communications director, says that soaring food prices, a lack of basic supplies and rising malnutrition are severely affecting both workers and civilians. Tuma urged international media to visit Gaza and document the crisis firsthand. She also revealed that while 6,000 trucks of aid are stranded in Jordan and Egypt, no humanitarian deliveries have been allowed into Gaza since March. Meanwhile, fewer distribution points and increased violence have hindered aid efforts on the ground. Let's have a look at what Juliet Tuma, the UNRWA Director of Communications, had to say.
It's like I said, for the past 48, 72 hours, we've been receiving SOS messages from staff who are hungry themselves, who are exhausted themselves, who are supposed to be taking care of others and providing humanitarian assistance, except they are exhausted. We've had on a number of cases our own staff fainting while they were on duty. And these are staff who work with UNRWA full-time.
Well, joining us to discuss the ongoing situation in Gaza, Ali Emma Bushback, a Middle East researcher who joins from Cairo. Ali, thank you for once again joining us on the programme. Further questions being raised about the humanitarian situation in the enclave. The UNRWA saying that workers are also facing hunger, with other charities and organisations talking about levels of famine, with reports of people dying in Gaza because of starvation. Due to your position, of course, as a Middle East researcher, what can you tell us about what you've been hearing firsthand on the ground in Palestine and in Gaza?
Thank you, Joshua. The thing is, since Israel resumed the war on 15th of March 2025, Gaza is suffering from a complete blockade from the Israelis' policy and from the Israeli occupation. The things is making the situation worse and making the humanitarian situation miserable and behind the imagination. Joshua, today I was talking to some people who's from Gaza, and they are to describe the situation. While there is still people are, they are killing in the what I call a death ambush when they are gathering to take the humanitarian aid and capturing the humanitarian aid. They got killed by Israelis troops and Israeli gunfire. So the things is more behind the imagination. When I asked some people about the market, they said there is nothing, there is no element, and there is no supplies in the market. And if it's possible to find it, it's high, expensive, which the ordinary people, they can't purchase it. That's making the people more frustrated and making the people, in tragic ways about the conflict and the situation in Gaza. United Nations have been called for several of time and warning about the humanitarian situation in Gaza and the famine in Gaza. But unfortunately, the international community only condemned, and we have witnessed several of international actors from France and UK. They condemned the Israelis' behavior that weaponizing the food in this war. So the things is more complicated. Simultaneously, Israel is still denying the famine in Gaza. This is a harder barriers in the conflict between Gaza and Israel, while people on the ground, they are starving to death. And according to Palestinian health ministry, there is more than 40 Palestinians have been died because of the starvation, among of them 4 children. Israel is still denying this fact. Situation, and all the humanitarian agency in Gaza, they are warning from this starvation.
Yes.
And I guess things is more complicated and situation. There is no global of home for the Gazan civilians, while they are looking for everyday pieces for food and to continue. There is several of people, they are for 5 days they didn't have anything, Joshua. They just only had the water, which it's behind the imagination. I talk to many people, and they are trustable people, reliable people. They confirm that they